We're at the Australian War Memorial in Canberra, and this is one of those places that I reckon every single person in this country that calls Australia home should come and visit. It's absolutely fantastic. We're here to track down the story of a plant that's become a living link with the Anzac tradition, going back to those terrible battles of the Gallipoli campaign in World War I. And that plant is called the Lone Pine. Peter Burness is the senior historian at the War Memorial.
Lone Pine was one of a series of battles fought in August 1915 on Gallipoli as the British attempt to revitalise a campaign that was failing.
So how did the battle become known as Lone Pine?
Lone Pine was a location, and it's the location where this battle took place. It was given its name right from the beginning of the Anzac campaign because in the early days a single pine tree stood there. Obviously, the Lone Pine. But it wasn't there very long. It was swept away in the shelling quite early in the piece, but the place retained the name Lone Pine. Lone Pine itself was an action of the 1st Brigade, and it was a notable success. The Australians actually captured a very hard-to-take ground, but it was a diversion. Elsewhere, things fell apart, and the whole campaign eventually, by December, wound to a halt. Lone Pine was very important, though, because, here we had 7 Victoria Crosses won, and we took vital ground. But, as I say, the campaign in the end was a failure.
Lance Corporal Benjamin Charles Smith of the 3rd Battalion, who had lost a brother in this battle, sent several cones from this lonely tree back to Australia. From these, just 2 seedlings were grown, and this now mature tree is one of those. It was planted here at the National War Memorial in 1934 by the Duke of Gloucester. Every year, cones just like this one are harvested from this particular tree by Yarralumla Nursery. Now, the seeds that are extracted are then germinated and planted out around Australia, mainly in memorial parks and schools. But a couple of them have actually gone overseas. In 1990, 2 trees were taken back to Turkey with veterans from that war to mark the 75th anniversary of that terrible battle. The Lone Pine is a big tree, maturing at 20 metres in height, with a spread of around 15 metres, so it's not for every garden. It prefers well-drained soil and needs protection from strong winds while young. These trees are available for home gardeners throughout the year from Yarralumla Nursery, and you can find out more by going onto our website and following the link. If you haven't got room in the garden, you might consider growing your Lone Pine in a pot. As a Christmas tree, it'd have extra special significance.